Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but for a long time now, but particularly this last month, I have been struggling a lot, and I didn't realize this until recently, but I've had a lot of problems, and I've put up with a lot of stuff that wasn't okay. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have a problem, any problem, whether it's big or small, just talk to someone, tell someone, whether it's a family member, a close friend, a therapist, or someone who's a complete stranger. You can tell me if you want. I'll link my Telegram and my Instagram down below, and my email is, you can find that in the channel bio. Just talk to someone. If there's something bothering you, share it, because a problem shared is a problem halved. As someone who is very private, I wouldn't ever really tell people what's really going on inside my head, and I'd be very good at keeping it hidden as well. And I've realized, especially this last month, that it made me into a ticking time bomb. So, especially this time of year, I know it can be tough. Just go talk to someone if there's something bothering you, and I hope that whoever you are, you have a Merry Christmas, and that 2024 brings you a lot of happiness. I know you probably didn't click on this video to hear me say that, but I think it's important to hear it every now and then, even if you think you are okay. Because, I thought I was okay, and I wasn't. But now I'm doing much better, and I'm on my way to becoming much better. So, I'm hopeful and I'm happy, and I hope you are as well. Now, in today's video, I just want to make a bit of a quick one. I wanted to have a look at Ethereum and Bitcoin and just take a look at a few indicators that we're currently seeing and what we have seen during similar times. And I'll be looking at the past BTC halving time as a reference. That's what we'll mainly be comparing to. So this is the Ethereum chart, and we can see we have our bull market support band going here. The green is the 21-week EMA, and the red is the 20-week SMA. And now, if you're not sure what this is, it's basically a moving average. So you can see the green as the 21-week and the red as the 20-week. And what we often find with the bull market support band is, the reason they're indicated green and red, is that when red is often on the top, when red is leading, we're often in a bad time. And when green is leading, we're often in a good time, a bullish time. So bearish red, red on top, bullish green on top. And we can see, if we take a look at where we currently are, we can see that green has just overlapped the red. It's just crossed. And this, of course, is quite bullish because, well, Ethereum's price has been reflecting that. Ethereum has been quite bullish. I mean, if we take a look at Bitcoin as well, we'll see Bitcoin has been quite bullish these last few months. Well, this whole year, Bitcoin's been extremely bullish. It's close to 3x up from its yearly open. If we scroll back and take a look at where Ethereum was during the previous halving, we can see that a few months before, we got an overtake here with the green, and immediately before that we had a big spike, and soon afterwards we had a big sell-off. And before this, I will note, we had a long green period, a quick dip into the red, and then a quick dip back up into the green. And if we just take a look at what we currently have, we have a strong green period, quick dip into the red, and then a quick dip so far back up into the green. And we can see what happened afterwards is we got very close. We rode the line when we got to the halving. We sort of, because we lost a lot of value and then gained back a lot of that value very quickly, we sort of didn't quite, the red did take the lead very briefly for a couple of days. This is the daily chart on Ethereum, but it very soon went back to green leading, and of course we were, rallying up into our bull run at that stage, and Ethereum went amazing and put in new heights. So we can see that maybe we can expect a bit of a sell-off at some point. Maybe we'll have a New Year sale. Maybe we'll have another Santa rally. I mean, we are a few days away from Christmas, and we do often see risk assets rally a bit during these times. We have done before, previous years. Last year we didn't get a Christmas rally, but we got a January rally. And then, of course, we had the whole FTX palaver, and, Luna, was the start of the year. FTX was Oh no, FTX was November, Luna was March of 2020. Sorry, getting mixed up. But basically we can see that it's looking pretty bullish for things like Ethereum and Bitcoin. They've sort of moved into this green leading, the 21-week leading, the green on the top, which is usually bullish. And we can see that previously we've had this before, where a few months before the halving, the green takes the lead, and even though we do have big sell-offs and the price here did drop to basically Ethereum's cycle low, it did then rally up pretty quickly and, put in amazing all-time highs. And we can see it went up, 5,000%. Crazy numbers. And if we just take a little look at the timings for these, we can see the 21-week, the green EMA, went below the 20-week SMA about 270 days before the halving. Now, if we take a look here, how many days before the halving, the red overtook the green. We can see it was about 330 days. So again, further back, we've talked about this before, where this cycle seems to be a bit more delayed. Things seem to be happening much slower over longer periods of time, but still seem to be playing out in a sort of general way. Now, for me, the market has moved much higher than I thought it would this year. I thought these would be our sort of yearly highs, but I've been proven wrong, and I've been very happy about being proven wrong, because I've been ultimately holding Bitcoin and little bits of Ethereum and small bags of altcoins, and they've all done very well. So I'm happy to be wrong. But I'm still leaning towards the having a correction sometime soon. And Ethereum hasn't been as parabolic as sort of, well, definitely not as parabolic as Bitcoin, and definitely not like Solana, Avalanche, even Cardano's been picking up. There's been a lot of altcoins that have been doing very well these last few months. And Ethereum just hasn't really been one of those, big names that have exploded these last few weeks. But I think that could change, maybe not, in the next few weeks, but maybe sort of in a month or two. Bitcoin Ethereum, we can see like the Bitcoin Ethereum pair has been going down, so Ethereum has been losing value to Bitcoin. We can see we recently dropped below this, well, not recently, early October, we dropped below this very important sort of support for the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, and it even turned into a resistance very soon afterwards, beginning of November, and ever since then it's still been trending downwards. And we've actually got to this sort of key level here that we marked in before, that was the 0.68618 fib level that we talked about, basically sort of lining up. Go check out one of the Ethereum Bitcoin videos if you're interested. I would recommend. It gives you a very good oversight of what to expect from Bitcoin and the altcoin market over the years. But as you can see, we are sort of coming up to the 4-year cycle here. We can see big sell-off immediately afterwards. Moving to Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin has been in a upward trend for a very long time now, basically all year. And we even had this sort of summer lull where we sort of oscillated within this sort of range of 32k to 24k, 25k. But, again, since October time, Bitcoin sort of exploded out, and we've seen a similar move to like this at the beginning here, where we had our explosion and we sort of rallied around and came back to our bull market support band, where we found support on the 20-week SMA, the red line, and then rallied up. And then again, we came back down. We found support. We even went below the bull market support band, but then we soon came back up. And a lot of people here sort of went bearish because we had this death cross where the 20-week SMA took over. Red was on top, usually very bullish, and Bitcoin had dropped below the bull market support band. And I myself was thinking Bitcoin could drop down below here, but of course it didn't. Rallied up, and it's kind of been rallying up ever since. Again, at this sort of time, I was calling for Bitcoin to stay below the bull market support band for the rest of the year, basically from here on out. But amazingly, it sort of just found strength from nowhere, surprisingly, and just exploded way above. But what I'm sort of getting to here is we can see that each time it's come back to the bull market support band, and even as time has gone on, it's been spending more time below the bull market support band. Now, I do think that when we come back to visit the bull market support band, because we will ultimately, and I'm not saying Bitcoin will stop trending upwards, but we will have a correction at some point where we come to the bull market support band or close to it. I do think we will probably see something like this, where we come back down to the bull market support band, and we sort of move back up very quickly. But again, it also depends when this happens. If it happens in the next few weeks, I think we'll see something like this. If it happens in a month or two, with Bitcoin halving very close, I could see it playing out somewhere like this. Again, looking at the bull market support band, we can see that when we moved with the 21 week above, the green line above, we sort of went into bullish mode. Even though it took us a while, we still were in a downward trend with the 21 week above. But, you know, we sort of had a reversal and exploded up. Again, during the summer lull, the 20 week overtook the 21, and only very recently, you know, start of November, month and a half ago, the 21 EMA took over the 20 week SMA. And again, if we go back to previous cycles, if we go back to 2020, look at sort of May time when we last had our halving, we can see that we have a bit of a red period before it, bit of a strong red period, but ultimately, during the halving, really, we sort of ride the line a bit like we saw with Ethereum, and then the 21 week overtakes the 20 week, and then we rally on up. And we can see here that we've had our time in the red, we've had a bit of time in the green. If we go back, we have our time in the red, have a bit of time in the green, ride the line a bit, finally maybe. So we might see in the next month or two that we start riding the line. The 20 week and the 21 week moving averages get closer and closer, and Bitcoin sort of averages out with its price movement a bit. Nothing too crazy, sort of fluctuates within a range. Maybe we have a bit of a sell-off and we come down to this 40k level, and we move between 40k and 37k, I don't know. Again, like a correction to the 21 week EMA would bring it down to 34k. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. It's possible, of course it is. I mean, again, one thing we have to be aware of is in crypto is that these amazing bull spikes can happen in reverse as well. We can see the same thing but with a red candle at any time. So, you know, it wouldn't be unrealistic. And again, if we take a look, this was a 30% move. A 30% move from where we currently are would be, you know, down to 30k basically, 32k, 31k. So very doable, would bring us down just below the bull market support band. But again, it's neither likely nor likely at this point. It's very difficult to say. So again, very impressive what's been going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the general crypto space as well. I'm going to put out a video on Solana and Avalanche in the next few days. Hopefully they'll be up soon, but stick around if you want to see them. Consider subscribing. Comment down below what you thought of the video. I know it's not brilliant, but you know, I'll come back with more interesting videos soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and peace.